Andrew, do you know who Chase Young is?
Yeah, of course.
No. My point is, I don't either.
Before I said that Cade Cunningham would never be an All-Star, and I just wanted to double down on that.
Oh,
I just.
We're back
What's going
with
on
another.
with Mike's video?
I know.
Breaking news!
Oh, I'm back. Let's go. What's going on, Jam Packed? I'm MK. I'm your host. Here with John M83 Tesla Mace and Little Bro joining us. What's going on, fellas? How you doing tonight?
What's going on?
You guys doing good? You guys doing good? Bro seems like he's a little robotic today. Anybody joining us live, hit us up in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Lots of stuff going on. I know you guys are a little somber from the happenings of today's game. Don't worry. Well, welcome to our side, the dark side. You guys should join us over here. Be great.
We're not used to it.
Yeah. Oh, I figured that much. I figure you guys aren't used to it, but you know, it's not too bad over here.
Just so it's clear, on one of my fantasy leagues, I actually put in Garner Minshew because I'm like, he's playing the Panthers. No big deal, right? He'll score 2 touchdowns.
Oh my gosh. What in the world? I was never a fan of the Luke Getsy hire. I feel like our offense is very vanilla, to say the least. Like there's no flashy plays, right? Everything's behind the line of scrimmage, lots of screens. I mean, every now and then we'll get, a chunk play of 20, maybe 30 yards, but that's about it. Not that, we have a flashy quarterback, as it is, but come on, man. Like we can't design something to get more people open. Like I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Why don't we run through these games really quickly? Boom, boom, boom. Let me pull up some of these scores so that I can be a little more efficient. Let's start off with that Thursday night game. We got what do we have? The Jets and Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Jets get the win over the Patriots, 24-3. I think that's the first time that's happened in a while.
I want to give you guys a hug for some reason. I just feel like hugging you. Seems like Aaron Rodgers doesn't like hugs very much, apparently.
He was in the mode, man.
Yeah.
He was.
Have you ever seen him hug any of his coaches though? Like, I feel like the media blew that out of proportion just a little bit, but I mean, whatever.
Well, it depends if his coach was vaccinated or not. I mean, kidding. Aaron was really big into that though.
the only people that ended up picking the Patriots this week where Drew and Super Soli texted me right before he turned on the game. He's like, "I'm going with the Pats," and then he turned on the game and he's like, "Ah, crap." I'll make the rest of my picks later, and then he never made the rest of his picks. Apparently, that one hurt him. It was just too much to handle. Anything surprise you in that game at all? I don't think anything surprised me much.
No,
Not
real
much consistency out of the Jets.
I was a little surprised at Braylon Allen. I last 2 weeks I'm actually really like why I guess I just don't want I wonder with some of these NFL teams like why do you go and draft, this guy when you got Brees Hall who's still young or like Atlanta like seeing Algier out there at the end of that game tonight, I was like,
Yeah.
why'd you go and get Bijan if you're gonna, you know what I mean? Like some of the stuff. I mean, we know Atlanta does crazy stuff, like getting Penix, obviously, but like I just don't get why some of these teams are doing that. Like Braylon Adams is a stud. I mean, obviously he's a stud. He's like 18 or I think he's like just turned 20. He's the youngest player in the NFL. And he ran. Let's see. So his game, he had 11 carries, 55 yards. So they obviously want to get him involved. And Brees Young had 16 carries for 54 yards. So 5 more carries, 1 less yard. Brees Young did get the touchdown. But is this just what it is? Like protect our backs? Because if that's the case, Brees Hall is not going to get paid when it's time. Why would you ever pay a running back if you're just going to go and draft a 20-year-old and split carries? Like just do it over and over and over. Like I just don't. I don't know. I'm a little confused at that.
I'd say correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like more and more teams are going to a 2-back system, regardless, and some teams just 3. Right? It's a workhorse, it's a mid, and then call it almost a closer. Right? So it's just interesting how the league is changing. But you could see that the league is changing though. It's different. I would also say
different.
Tyler Conklin was my surprise. 5 big receptions for 93 yards. When in the last 2 games he only had 2 receptions, so big game for him.
And they needed a tight end, right? They needed someone to step. I couldn't even told you who the tight end was coming into this game for the Jets, so that was important.
The Giants ended up getting the win. You heard right. The Giants ended up getting the win over who they end up playing. Oh, Cleveland. Sorry, Uncle. Cleveland choked again. Do you feel like Daniel Jones played better? Like what do you think the biggest factor was in that game? They got the win, 21-15?
Yeah.
I mean,
2 touchdowns.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Right. Sorry, Mike, I didn't know you could say.
You're good.
But Malik Neighbors with 2 touchdowns, right? So Daniel Jones his field vision looks a lot better, right? Saw the field pretty well. Again, when you have Neighbors open, you throw it to him because that's what you went and got him for. So the utilization of your receivers this week worked out well for him, and that's what he needs to do. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I was gonna just say the same thing. 12 targets for Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
Like that's about what he needs to have. That being said, the Browns might be really, really bad. Like I think Amari Cooper had a decent game today, but Deshaun Watson's just something's not right. Like something's not right, and his contract. This has to be the worst trade in NFL history. Like it just has to be all they gave up for this guy, and I don't know. They only had 217 yards of total offense at home, 2 turnovers. Like that's not going to get it done, versus the Giants. So,
Right.
Yeah, Daniel Jones did play better, right? Devin Singletary, he got a lot of fantasy owners mad when he slid down at the 1-yard line at the end of the game. But the Giants. I think the Giants play hard, right? That's the thing is, yes, Daniel Jones is not there, but I really think their coach might be a decent coach with as hard as they play. They look like they really do play hard for him. They were in the game versus Washington. They were in this game. They just don't have the horses when it's all said and done. But if they keep playing hard, I mean, dude, they got the Cowboys next week, and if they win, they're ahead of the Cowboys. So, um, it, it's interesting. They're an interesting team, and it's at home. So, I think it's a Thursday night game too. So short week. It'll be interesting. But good on the Giants. I'm happy for them. Wish I picked them.
So here's what I saw, because I saw a portion of that game. I saw some terrible throws by Daniel Jones. I mean, just absolute horrid throws to wide open receivers. Now, Malik Neighbors did have a reception for 78 yards. He had the 2 touchdowns. But how long were those touchdowns? One was a 3-yard pass, one was a 5-yard pass, and one of those passes, so we'll say within 5 yards, right? One of those passes, this dude had to like spin backwards and catch this crazy ball when he didn't have to. Daniel Jones should have put it in a better spot. Like, the dude was wide open. There was no reason why he needed to throw like a back shoulder that wasn't really a back shoulder. It was just a terrible ball placement. Like, I've seen some pretty like sketched out like quarterback play. It was almost like Johnny Manziel. Everybody was hyped up on Johnny. He did good, but his receivers made better plays to make him look good, right? I feel like Malik Neighbors made some pretty amazing catches to make Daniel Jones look good. Now, the only thing more terrible than what I feel Daniel Jones' play was the play of the Browns. And so, which is the only reason why they ended up losing that game. Like, there was no reason they should have lost that game.
Yeah, but what do you do if you're the Giants? I mean, they're committed to Daniel Jones this season. So I mean, they know what they got.
So let's say you're the GM or or the owner, and you've told the guy, we're committed to you. We're still 1-2. We could have been 0-3, right? We're still only 1-2, but we're committed to you. We still kind of need you to elevate
could be
play.
2-1. I mean, they make a field goal last week versus the Commanders, and they're 2-1. So,
the Commanders we're not even talking playoff teams. Like, we're in close games against some mediocre teams, if that.
So one could be said that the Niners are like that too. So
I wasn't going to go there, but we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just
I didn't
saying.
Say that.
Like,
you said that. Remember that?
No, I know. It's where we are. So trust me, I can't. Get over it. But I mean, you can't do nothing against the schedule, right? I mean, they lost to the Vikings. Maybe the Vikings are legit. They went into Washington and lost by a field goal because they missed a field goal. Like, I'm just saying, like, yes, it seems like they're terrible, but you know what? They've been in every game so far. Except, I mean, the Vikings game was 26-6. That was bad. But these last 2 games, they were in it. And like I said, we'll see how they play Thursday, right? That'll be a good gauge.
Who did they play Thursday?
Dallas
Cowboys.
Okay, all right.
But you asked the question. You asked the question of what you would do if you were a GM. You probably get a good quarterbacks coach in there, and if you're going to say, "Hey, I'm committed to you," then get somebody in there who can teach him how to throw properly. So when I made my first statement about his field vision, he may not have done well. He might not put the ball where he needs to go, but 24 out of 34, right? So, and he threw to 8 receivers. He hasn't done that in a long time, is my point, right? So
that was very Matt Hasselbeck-esque.
Okay. Yeah. Not only that, he threw to 8 receivers. Mike, little bro, who's not looking at it, name one of the other receivers he threw to. Like, we can't, right? Like, we don't know these guys. Like it's not like they're surrounding him with T. Higgins and with Jamar Chase and with, right? Like, I mean, and their running back situation, they move on from Barkley. So it's not like they're giving the guy a whole ton of help. Like, even if you bring in Mahomes or Burrow, like, what's this team realistically doing with Wendell Robinson, Daniel Bellinger, Tyrone Tracy Jr., Theo Johnson? I mean,
you're not wrong.
Darius Slayton, yes, I've heard him, from years ago. But those are guys like like
catching
he
balls
gets
this
a
year.
lot of the blame, and rightfully so. But at the end of the day, you
You got
just
to
don't
surround the
have
guy.
pieces. You don't have anything for him.
You
Gotta
got
give him
to
something.
surround the guy.
Yeah,
Stop
like you
spending all
put
your
in an
money on
elite.
defense.
Yeah, you put an elite quarterback in that system, and I mean, I don't know how well they do.
You give him a
You're
tight
right.
end
So
You're
next
right.
year, and he's probably a little better, right? Like if you can get him somewhere close to a Brock Bowers, and obviously that's reaching high, but somebody where somebody can catch the ball and give some good blocking, and you might have a good product there, right? Or a
well, they
decent
tried
product.
they tried that last year too, right? I mean, they tried to bring in what's his name from the Raiders, who just retired, married to the
Yeah.
Casey
Darren
Jones,
Waller.
Waller.
Darren Waller, right? So they tried to do that, but Waller, you know, just he got paid and never played again. So, I mean,
Yep.
I don't know. I know Daniel Jones gets a lot of crap, and you're not wrong, John. He needs a QB coach in there. But my point is, you went into the season knowing this, and you didn't address it. Like we're not pulling a Bryce Young and sitting this guy at this point.
Sure.
The Packers get the win over the Titans, 30-14, without Jordan Love. What'd you guys like in that game?
I like Malik Willis.
A little
I like
revenge.
Yeah, and I like the dual threat, right? I think he needs to know when he shouldn't run because I'm telling you, man, that boy just turned it on, and when he had holes, he was like, "I'm gone." But I think use it when you need to. I thought he passed above average, so I thought he utilized his weapons well, and he led the team and did a good job.
Yeah, I called BS on Green Bay being good, so this is a little egg on my face because uh, they look better than I thought they would. But like at the end of the day, this is the Titans, man. Levis is he's not the guy. Like you keep making these mistakes over and over. 2 interceptions, lost fumble, like 3 turnovers. That can't happen. I honestly do not know why they do not commit to the run game more. It was 17-7 in the first quarter. I get it. You're down 10 points, but 11 carries as a team for the whole game. 11. And you got a two-headed monster in Tony Pollard and Tajay
Oh, I don't
Spears,
even want to
right?
talk about Tajay Spears, man.
It
They get
doesn't
the
matter. Like we're talking about a running back getting 6 carries. Your
yeah,
RB1 got 6. Your RB2 got 2. Like
yeah.
what are we doing? Like to
And
me
he
that's
carried for 3 of them himself.
yeah, I mean, I just don't. Yeah, you're right. They're probably like play calls designed that were runs, right? That he ended up scrambling on. So I think there's bigger issues. I think Tennessee might be the worst team in the league, and I actually thought Tennessee was going to win this game. So shame on me. I will not make that mistake again. Just so you know, the Packers sacked him 8 times.
Yep.
I don't think the defense is that good on the Packers. There's a lot of issues in Tennessee. Um, and again, I still don't want to overreact and say that the Packers are all that amazing. I mean, they beat the Colts and the Titans. So we'll see next week again with them. My understanding is Jordan Love's almost ready to come back quicker than expected. And they play the Vikings at home. So that should be a good game. But I'm not ready to say Green Bay's that legitimate team just yet, personally.
Huge holes in the offensive line when you have receivers like DeAndre Hopkins, Tyler Boyd, Calvin Ridley. Now, 2 of the 3 are definitely veterans, right? A little older, but you should be able to get some yardage. If any one of us are throwing to them, you should be able to get some yardage in the pass game. So I would, and if you're giving up 8 sacks, huge holes in the offensive line. They need to figure that out quickly. Or else Will Levis won't finish the season. Not because he's a bad quarterback, it's because he's going to get injured one way or the other.
Oh, definitely. I think so. I was more shocked that the Packers run game wasn't there to help Willis than anything else. I think well, I have Josh Jacobs in one of my fantasy leagues, and I mean he had 14 carries for 43 yards. Wilson had 12 carries for 50 yards, so it's not like the run game was spectacular. So a lot of just shows me that that Willis was able to take on that pressure. run for 73 and pass for another, I think it was 200 plus. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I
And
think there
let's give LaFleur a little bit of credit for that, right? I
oh,
mean,
definitely.
Sure.
Jordan Love
Went
went
on
down, and
one.
we all said that's 3 losses, right? They
Right.
brought in Willis like a week before, he went down. So I mean, he gets a little bit of kudos to him because he made it happen.
And
Signs
if
of
you
a good
think about
coach.
it allows Love to not have to rush back, right? If Malik can just float, just hold the line, it allows Love to get a little bit of breathing room.
It's definitely good if you don't have to rush back from an injury, for sure. Risk re-injury. That's never a good sign. The Bears lose again, 21-16 to the Colts. You still high on Caleb Williams, Mike?
No.
So it's funny. My buddy, who's a Bears fan, sent me a highlight of him throwing a dime to Romeo Duze,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, is this the future of the league?" And I hit him back with a response of, "Man, they searched a long time to find that one highlight." He finally got a couple touchdowns. I think the bigger issue is just scheme, right? I mean, he threw the ball 52 times in this game. Yes, he
Yep.
got 363 yards, but I'm sorry, you're a rookie quarterback. You should not be throwing the ball 52 times. And again, it was
Right.
never more. It was never more than a 14-point game at any point in this entire game. So the lead was never more than 14, I guess I should say. Again, DeAndre Swift, 13 carries, 20 yards. Like, you have to help a young quarterback out. Roshan Johnson, 8 carries, 30 yards. I mean, you're talking about 50 yards rushing from 21 carries. Like,
Yeah.
that's just not getting it done. You brought in DeAndre Swift. You have Khalil Herbert still. It's a mess. It's a mess. And I don't know how much I put it on Caleb Williams, because there are some throws that he makes, and you're like, okay, I see it. I see what
Yeah.
can be. But it almost is to the point where, like, man, maybe he shouldn't be starting right now. Maybe he should just sit on the bench and watch, because they're obviously not ready to compete at this point. And so, you don't want more damage being done than good. Now, that being said, I think Caleb Williams is a pretty confident guy, and I don't think he's worried about that. But
No, definitely not.
but yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, like I said, his stat line's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not the best thing in the world either. So
Uh, um, I was very impressed with his pocket presence and his elusiveness, to be honest with you, in this game. There were a couple times where I was like, oh, he's gonna get hurt right here. Got a free
yeah,
runner. All of a sudden, like, he either ducked him, shook him out of his shoes, running the opposite direction, and everybody knows running the opposite direction, having to turn your hips, turn your shoulder, and throw in the with your opposite hand. He's rolling left, throwing with his right hand. That's hard to do, but still putting it out there and putting it, on a spot. I thought that was pretty impressive. Still not sold on the Bears. I mean, I think you have an amazing point. What up, Drew? What up? Welcome back.
What's up, guys?
Oh man.
I do think that Mike, you have a point in their scheme there's got to be something wrong with their scheme, right? Whether it's their play calls or their play designs, like, you have weapons. You cannot tell me you don't have weapons, right? Caleb's a good thrower. Swift is a good back. You got Romo Dunze, you got DJ Moore, you got Komet, you got Gerald Everett. Like, you have weapons all over the field. I mean, we're not even talking Keenan Allen. Yeah, he's aging, but even if he's your number 3 option, that's a good number 3 option, right?
absolutely.
So, like, they have weapons. Like, how are you not getting one of these guys open? Just one, whether it's pick play or whatever. Like, something's wrong. And it's costing them bad. They fall to 1-2. Surprising today, the Vikings get the win 34-7 over the Texans. I did not expect that. That was definitely not on our radar. I don't think it was on anybody's radar, to be honest with you. Did anybody pick? Oh, wait. Drew, Bro, and Tesla Mays all picked Minnesota to win this game.
Yeah, Drew just copied me, so.
I went first on that one, man. Don't even replay the video.
I love
You know
it.
what though? They've had two strong defense. Like they already had two strong defensive showings. You know, their first 2 weeks. I just figured. I don't know. I think there's teams that win early and then end up not being that good. But I don't know. I think the Vikings. I think they look different, guys. I think they're playing great defense. They beat good teams. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
They have beat some good teams, for sure.
Yeah, they did. They beat the Giants, so that's definitely a good win.
Who was the other team they beat, Mike? Come on, dude.
Houston
It was at home.
today.
I mean, let's not get carried away. It was at home. I mean, come on. Sam Darnold is the.
You know what
is-
though? The 49ers
he's
just
the-
lose to the Rams, so maybe you're right. I don't know.
Here's
You're right. Yeah, we haven't got there yet, but you know, if you were here on time, you'd know that. But Sam Darnold, he leads the league in touchdown passes, so that's a little crazy. But
Darnold for MVP.
So does that mean
let's
Justin
just not get
Jefferson?
carried away. Like I mean, we're 3 weeks into the season. We don't know who's good, who's not good. Is kind of what I'm getting at. So yeah, I agree with Andrew. They do start off. It seems like every year the Vikings are Super Bowl aspirations, and then one guy gets injured, and all of a sudden Kirk Cousins is usually that guy. And I don't know. I did hear Darnold say something today, John. That I don't know. I was watching that game, and he said that the announcer said that they talked to him yesterday. He said he actually learned a lot from Brock Purdy. And he said it was really weird to hear a veteran quarterback say that of a younger quarterback. He's like, but when I watched him study film, like it really made me realize that there's always stuff to learn, right? And sometimes these veteran quarterbacks that have been on multiple teams are, they look at the film studies and it's just kind of whatever. And so he actually credited a lot of his where he's at today to Brock Purdy last year, which surprised the heck out of me. You really don't hear the vet say that of the younger guys. So.
And last week, he credited a lot to Kyle Shanahan because of just the situations he would put him in. So, yes, he was a backup, but on the field and stuff that we don't see from a practice standpoint, he put him in situations where he said, I didn't even think about that, or I haven't been put in that situation, so I wouldn't have known how to react until I get there. I really think a lot of that preparation's helped him to do well. I think the question to ask everybody here is are the Vikings for real? Or are they just, on a heat streak?
I would say there's been a huge difference between Justin Jefferson missing like Kirk Cousins or even JJ McCarthy. It doesn't look like he's lost any production with Sam Darnold stepping in, even though Darnold's been in the league for a while, as opposed to, let's say, Jamar Chase and his production going down for losing Burrow, or I mean any one of your wide receiver ones basically losing their quarterback. I think the play calling for Darnold has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree.
Kudos to the guys calling plays out there in Minnesota, because that makes a difference, right? Like I can't call the same plays that I would for Lamar Jackson for Aiden O'Connell. Like I can't call the same plays. I got to set my guys up for success. I got to go off of the strengths that they have. And I believe that what they have in Minnesota, like they understand what Darnold can and cannot do. And they play off of his strengths. Like we know he can make these throws, and we'll set up the plays in the right situations for him to be successful. And it speaks a lot to the coaching on that, to be honest with you.
Agreed.
Eagles get the win 15-12 over the Saints. That was a little closer game than I thought. I thought it was going to be a pretty high scoring game. A lot of mistakes or good defense? What do you guys think?
That was two good teams playing really bad, in my opinion.
I would
That's
agree with
what I
that.
saw.
What'd you see, John?
I actually think the defenses did pretty good. So each quarterback threw an interception, but I thought the defenses did well in holding the running backs to under 100-yard games when these running backs have been crushing these other teams. So, I'm lying. Well, Saquon Barkley
Saquon got
got 147.
147.
That's my fault. I looked at a different stat and I just scrolled as I saw that. So, shame on me. But I will say though that the defenses did. I still think they did a good job in holding the score down. So, I'll leave that one at that.
Ooh wee, ooh wee.
I mean, Jalen Hurts threw for 311. Saquon ran for 147. Like they should have put up 30 points.
Numbers.
If I told you,
Correct.
yeah, if I told you a quarterback throws for 311 and a running back runs for 147, they're easily getting 30 points, right? I mean, in today's NFL. So yeah, the fact that they didn't, again, maybe the Saints defense is better than we thought, but Philly put up 460 yards of total offense and only 2 turnovers, right? And so that hurt them. But I was actually very impressed with the Eagles defense. The Saints have been on a roll. They have been rolling like crazy. And Derek Carr, 142 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Like that's just not enough from him.
Not
I think the Saints set
at
special
all.
teams put them in a good spot too, though. Starting at the 15, 20-yard line, one was 12, 13. So I think they did a good job in keeping them deep in their own zone.
So I don't want to take up too much time because I know we have to make our picks for next week. Chargers Chargers fall to the Steelers, which is amazing. Steelers are 3-0, and they still don't know how to score. I think they scored 2 touchdowns, right? 2 offensive touchdowns the entire season through 3 games. That's wild, and still 3-0. Broncos ended up winning 26-7 over the Buccaneers. Raiders lose to the Panthers 36-22. Just an absolute trash can of a showing. Seahawks win 24-3 over the Dolphins. Ravens get the win 28-25 over the Cowboys. Sorry, D-Rec. The Niners fall to the Rams 27-24 on a last-second field goal by the Rams. The Lions get the win 20-13 over the Cardinals, and Chiefs squeak one out 22-17 over the Falcons. Spagnuolo's got that defense just rocking. I would love to pick the brain of Steve Spagnuolo in his play calls on defense and how he shows or designs his blitzes, because that would be absolutely amazing. Let's get into Monday night. There's going to be 2 games. When was the last time we had 2 games on a Monday night? Do you guys remember? Did they have one last year?
I think
Not
last
the
year
first
they
game of the season, but I think it was a second week.
Second
They're
week?
actually doing it 2 weeks in a row this year. I think next
My
week there's 2
gosh.
Monday night games too.
I'm like, I don't know which one I want to watch. The Jags versus the Bills. If I go back and look at our picks, everybody picked a Buffalo except for Tesla Mace, going with Jacksonville. And to be honest with you, this is going to be the tiebreaker between Tesla Mace and I. We both have 8 wins so far. If Buffalo wins, Tesla, I'm gonna get the win on that.
Yeah, I should probably change my pick, but I won't. I mean,
No,
Bills
we're not
should win
tying.
this
I
game,
am
right?
leaving it as is.
Bills definitely should win this game, but
and then we got the Commanders versus the Bengals, and everybody picked Cincinnati to win that game. I think they're gonna come out with the chip on their shoulder after last week's showing. So we'll see how that goes.
Higgins plays this week, so this should be good.
Let's go with the Thursday night game. I'm going to get your guys' picks. If you guys are still watching, or for anybody watching that wants to make picks with us, feel free to shoot us in the comments as we go through these games, and I'll add you to the spreadsheet. We have the. Oh my gosh. Went backwards on me again. Let me try that again. Oh, here we go. Week 4. Boom. The Thursday night game. Cowboys versus Giants. Who are you guys taking?
Dallas.
Cowboys.
Tesla Mace is going Dallas? Tesla Mace is going Dallas? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, Dallas is going to win.
Don't let me sway your decision.
No, I'm sticking with it.
All right. Bro, what did you say? You're going Dallas as well?
Yeah, Cowboys.
Cowboys. John, who are you taking?
Dallas.
Ooh, John going Dallas. Drew?
I got Dallas too.
Dallas? I'll go lone wolf on this. I'll go the Giants.
Whoa. Why?
I'll go lone wolf.
That's the question.
That is a question.
Like,
don't
is there
worry
a
about
football
why.
reason for this pick that I need to learn?
Stephon Diggs takes neighbors, so if they equal each other out, not a lot of options past that.
He
Maybe
doesn't have
short
options
week.
anyways. He just threw to 8 receivers. Only one of them is a real option.
Short
Correct.
week at home. I don't know. Maybe that's why, but I can't come up with anything beyond that.
Just saying. Don't
All right, I
hate
know.
when
I'm
it
just hey,
don't hate
they
when it
win.
happens.
You get to throw pie in all of our faces. So
We got
virtually.
Saints versus Falcons. Who you guys got? John?
I will take the Saints.
Drew?
Ooh. I'm going to go Falcons actually on this one.
Dirty Birds. Okay.
Are there some injuries I don't know about? I don't know. It's at home, right? It's it's in Atlanta, right?
It's in
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm going to go Falcons.
Tesla? Mr. Mace.
Jamal Anderson.
Oh, he's going Dirty Birds.
Dirty Birds.
Let's go. Bro, who you got?
Let's go with the Saints.
Going with the Saints. I think the Saints pick back up where they left off.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Saints. Let's see. We got Rams versus Bears. LA Rams versus Chi-Town, never down. Drew, who you got? Or let's go, Bro, who you got?
Yeah, who's it? Rams and the Bears?
Yep.
Let's go with the Rams.
Rams?
Yeah.
Okay. John?
Well, I want the Bears to win, so I'm just going to say the Bears.
Okay. Drew?
I'm going Rams on this
Going
one.
Rams.
Yeah.
Tesla?
Bears are like...
Mace?
I'm gonna go Bears.
I am also going Bears. I think the Rams have way too many injuries right now.
For fantasy reasons, I hope you're all right because I have Swift, and it's been really, really rough. The first 2 weeks for Swift, man.
Ooh,
What's your record? Are you gonna win this week, Andrew?
If Burrows puts up 30 points, then I might win. No, I was doing pretty well. I Green Bay had a great defensive game, but didn't pan out, man.
Well, I just looked. You got 21 points from Green Bay defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, I saw
That
him
was
against
your highest score.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, oh, things are going nice, and then Swift didn't perform.
Dude.
Harrison had a decent game. I mean, Mason had a good game,
That's
but
funny.
yeah,
Wow.
Kittle's injured. I had too many stuff going on. If I played, I almost played Reed, but I decided to trust my other receivers there. I was wrong. So, but it's not that big of a difference. So, I need a
John, you
Monster
may pull
Burrows
it
game.
out.
Huh?
John may pull it out.
I might get a
Yeah.
first win.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go. How many you losing by? And who do you have needing to play?
He's up by 7. He's got Kirk.
Oh,
He needs Jacksonville. He's got Kirk, ETN. And then the other guy has Tyler Bass and Eckler. Don's going for Jacksonville tomorrow night too.
Seattle and Detroit. Okay. All right. Got all the games up here. Let me come back to where we're at. Ooh, true test. True test for Minnesota. They going up against Green Bay. Who you guys taking? Let's go. Drew, who do you got?
I'm gonna go Minnesota, man.
Minnesota.
I'm gonna go against my defense. My 21-point
Minnesota.
defense.
Mace?
I'm gonna go Packers. I think just like that, Minnesota's not in first place in their own division. So, yeah. I think Jordan. Let me preface that by saying I think Jordan Love comes back too. So,
Right.
Barbara?
Let's go with the Vikings.
John?
I believe in the Vikings.
Ooh. I'm going to go Green Bay. I think Green Bay's got a better defense than what they've seen so far. Outside of, I don't know, Houston's got a pretty good defense too, but they just plastered. Just plastered. Oh, Houston. So we got Steelers versus Colts. Drew, who you taking? Oh, actually, John, you're up first.
Yeah, Steelers. I'm out on the Colts. Most of the Colts players are on my fantasy teams. I'm already out on them. So Steelers. Warno.
Drew?
I'm gonna go Colts on this one. I just don't think Steelers can sustain this, whatever the heck they're doing, man. I don't know. They're gonna go 4-0. Yeah, I mean that's true.
Tesla, who you got?
I'm gonna go Steelers too. I don't think Colts are that good. I mean, I know Steelers aren't good, but I think Colts are worse.
Hey, I thought they. I mean,
yeah. Sounds makes sense, bro.
Like I'm not watching that game. I'll tell you that.
I'm gonna go Steelers as well, and I'm only going Steelers because, dude, their defense is fast, and they're going to pound the rock. Like they're gonna run the ball, whether it's with their running back or their running back that's a quarterback. Let's see. We got
punt returner.
Yeah. Broncos versus the Jets. Kudos to Bo Nix, who got his first NFL win. But who you guys taking? Drew, you're up first.
I'm going to take the Jets on this one.
New York Jets.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers.
Jets.
Bryce Hall, whatever his name is.
Tesla?
Same. I'm going to take Aaron Rodgers and Brees Hall too.
Bro?
Jets.
John, you lone wolf in this one?
Oh, Jets.
Taking Jets as well. We got the Eagles versus the Bucks. Eagles versus Bucks. Tesla, who you taking?
So this is a good game because I think we're gonna see if the Bucks are real or not. And Eagles I think are real. So I want the Bucks, but if I want to win this thing, I think I gotta take the Eagles. I'm gonna go Eagles.
Going to Eagles, bro.
Eagles.
John?
I'm going to say the Eagles, but I think this game's going to have like 4 turnovers in it. I feel like this ball is going to go back and forth and back and forth, but Eagles will pull this one out.
The Eagles just need to concede and figure out quickly that hey, the games that we did win, Saquon actually like went off like earlier in the game, not like in the fourth quarter,
Sure.
right? Drew, who you taking?
I'm gonna take the Bucks, man.
Ooh, Lone Wolf.
I picked the Bucks this week, and they didn't do well. But
Give me your best Wolf
I'm doing
house.
it
Let's
anyways.
go. I need
We're
to put
getting
that on the
Bucks.
soundboard. Need to put that on the soundboard. That's going in. I'm telling you right now. We got the Bengals versus the Panthers. Who went first?
Hold
Tesla?
up, I
Mobo.
did, but let me say, one quarterback this year has thrown for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in the game. Guess who that quarterback was?
Wait. Say that again.
So there's only been one quarterback this season to date to throw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in the same game.
Is that
Any
Mayfield?
guesses? No.
Okay.
Andy Dalton.
I'm
I was
like,
about to say the
oh
Red
my
Rider.
gosh. Okay.
Andy Dalton.
Today?
Today, yeah. So
You're
maybe
talking
benching Bryce
today.
Young was the right move. No, yeah. I won't pick until it's my turn, but I just thought that was interesting.
Bro, you're up first.
So who are we talking about?
Bengals versus Panthers.
Ooh. I gotta go with Bengals.
Cincy. By the way, you guys made Oscar very happy with all these Eagles picks. John, who you taking? Bengals or Panthers?
I'll take the Bengals.
Bengals. Boom. Drew.
Gonna take future Super Bowl champion, the Bengals for sure. Yeah.
Future Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, definitely. If they play Minnesota, they will win the Super Bowl.
In the next 10 years.
Tesla?
Bengals. You gotta take
Bengals?
Macaulay Culkin here.
And let's see, we got Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Houston Texans. Jags and Texans. John, who you taking?
I'm going to take the Texans, but I really need CJ Stroud to step it up, man. Like 10 fantasy points per game ain't cutting it for me. I need him to unleash the beast here this game.
You think he's missing Mixon?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because it doesn't open his play action, right? And
Yep.
what's it? Cam's his backup, right? Cam Akers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think don't they still have Damian Pierce? But I think
but he's hurt.
too.
He was hurt too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was hurt this last game too.
So they're on RB3.
Yeah.
Drew, who are you taking? Jags or Texans?
I'm taking Texans as well. They're one of the teams I like to watch, so I'm hoping they do well.
Tesla?
I mean, what did Jacksonville do to deserve at Dolphins, at Bills, at Texans the first 4 weeks of the season? Like,
It shouldn't
Like
matter, dude. Trevor Lawrence is like
They had
isn't he like the
long,
best quarterback
luxurious
ever
hair.
or something. So
He's got the longest hair.
Yeah. Long, luxurious.
I never
silky
claimed he's
hair.
the best ever, but I did say he's better than
highest
Burrow.
paid.
So
Is he the highest paid? Who's the highest paid now?
Jordan
Jordan
Love.
Love.
Jordan Love, right? That's crazy.
Hurt Jordan Love.
Oh, actually, Dak technically.
I thought was it a Dak? Because Dak just
Yeah.
got his.
Oh yeah, it's that Dak signed that, which is dumb. I wanted him to come to the Raiders. That's what
No,
you
I'm
taking.
gonna go Texans. Texans bounce back and win this game.
Bro.
No, Lawrence is in my draft, but I'm going for Texans. He's not doing too good with my points, man.
Let's see. We got Commanders versus the Cardinals. Drew, I believe you're up.
I'm gonna take the Cardinals on this one.
Liking what you seen?
They've had some decent games so far, man, and I follow them because I got Marvin Harrison, so I'm hoping they do well. And he's had 2 good games in a row now, thank goodness. So hopefully it keeps getting better and better for them.
Tesla?
Plus the Commanders, I mean. So
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cardinals too. I actually was surprised at how close that game was. How few
go ahead.
points the Lions got.
Oh, right. They're like defensively, they're
Right.
Yeah.
pretty stout. Barbaro,
Let's go with Cardinals.
John.
Yeah, Cardinals.
Let's see. We got Patriots versus San Francisco. Tesla, you're up first. I'm not even going to ask.
Yeah.
So I'll take down your answer as New England. All right. Let's see. Bro.
If we lived in New England, I maybe not be a Niner fan anymore.
Oh shoot! Don't say that, man.
Bro, who you taking?
Let's go
This
with the
season.
Niners.
You going Niners? Okay. Not even going to ask John and Drew.
Niners for sure. Yeah.
Okay, we got
Although
the Browns.
I was the crazy guy who picked New England this week, so. Anyways, but yeah, Niners for sure.
We got the Browns at today's trash can of Vegas. Browns versus Raiders. Who you guys taking? Let's see. Who did I? Oh, Bro, you're up first.
Raiders.
Okay, John,
I'm taking the Raiders too.
Drew.
But here's the thing, guys: the Browns just lost to the Giants, and the Raiders just lost to the Panthers. So it's very tough.
Wait. But it's a Andy Dalton led Panthers, not a Bryce Young led Panthers. There's a huge difference.
The
Are
issue
you
was the
saying there's
defense.
no
I
other
can't believe the
holes?
defense did as well as they did. For the
That's what I'm
Panthers.
saying, though.
Right.
Panthers has other holes besides just the young quarterback. I mean,
Who you taking?
I'm taking
Browns?
Raiders. I'm taking Raiders. Browns lost to the Giants. I mean, and
Tesla?
they only put up 15. I mean, how do you even get 15 points, guys?
I was gonna take Raiders, but like I feel like not all of us should be on the Raiders as a bad team as they are, right? Like I mean, this game could be a close game.
Oh, it's gonna be a close game.
So I mean, if you guys are all on the Raiders, I can't give you this one.
Lone
I
Wolf
gotta
it. Let's go.
No, I gotta go
Lone
Raiders.
Wolf it. Let's go.
I was gonna lone wolf it, but I can't.
All
I
that
can't
crap,
give
and
you
he
this one.
still stays with the Raiders.
It's not this one. Hey, there was some last week that you guys. Yeah, I think I called the Broncos. I was the only one last week to call the Broncos. So this week.
Hey, I was surprised by that pick and paid off, man. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Chiefs versus Chargers.
Now I'll do it. I'll take Chargers. Everyone else is gonna take the Chiefs. I'll take Chargers. Boom. There you go.
John, who are you taking?
Hey, Kansas City.
Drew?
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Bro?
Chiefs.
Okay, I'll take Chiefs.
Even
The
if
refs.
the Chargers have the best game ever, like you got to
We're
beat the
taking
refs.
the
too,
refs.
so. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Tell me why. Okay, so the Chiefs. We're all in agreement that the Chiefs are the new Pats.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
they get
That
every
last drive
call.
though that last drive for the Falcons, they did get called for a few penalties. Like, but prior to that, they said there were 6 straight flags on the Falcons. So.
Okay, but still, okay. So that play to Pitts in the end zone. That was defensive pass interference. Like
he didn't even turn
that was
his
like
head.
the definition of defensive pass
Yeah.
interference, and no flag whatsoever. I'm like, how is that not like early contact, no head swivel? Like, how
Agreed.
was that not defensive pass interference?
Totally agree with that.
Let's see. We got the Bills versus the Ravens. Bills, Ravens. Drew, who you taking?
I'm actually gonna go Ravens on this one.
Baltimore, Tesla,
Ravens.
bro.
Let's go with the Bills.
Ooh, and John.
Ravens.
Oh, lone wolf in that one, bro. Lone wolf in that one.
Hey, wait. So let's hear though. What's the why Ravens, Mike? Why? What's your thought on the Bills?
Short week. Bills got a game tomorrow night. Short week. Got to go play the Ravens.
In Baltimore.
In Baltimore. Tough night on Sunday night. It's a tough place to play. So yeah, that's why I go Ravens. If Ravens run the ball, but yeah.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson likes to run, and I don't think they're going to spy him with the linebacker, so he should have some free range. He loves to run at home. Loves to run at home.
And Bill's
Bill's gonna
got
do
some
that.
injuries on the defensive side too. So
Oh, okay.
Speaking of that run game, do you see that Derrick Henry stiff arm? Ugh, hurt
yeah,
my neck. Just watching it. Ah, not cool. Not cool. We got the Titans versus the Dolphins. So we got horrible versus even more horrible.
We see Skylar Thompson got hurt too, so their backup is Joe Schmo. Like I don't even know what the third.
Exactly.
And
two guys got injured today, right, in their game.
Yep.
Two quarterbacks.
Yep.
So their third one came in, and yeah, Schleith or something. I was like, what the heck?
John, who you taking? Titans
oh man,
or Dolphins?
I will take the Dolphins, but I am so not confident in that pick.
Drew?
I mean, at this point, I'm just going to take the Dolphins as well, man. I don't know. Who's their quarterback?
Exactly.
They play two
Nobody
guys,
knows.
right?
Nobody knows who's going to start for them.
Somebody
two
that they
guys.
just brought in when Tua got hurt, and now he's going to be starting. I'll look it up.
This
while you
last
talk.
week, it was
Oh, go ahead.
It's his name's like Slythe or something or Slythe. Yeah.
no. Wait, hold up. The quarterbacks for the Dolphins was Thompson, Slythe Thompson, Skylar Thompson,
Boyle.
Skylar
Boyle.
Skylar Thompson.
No, no,
then
Skylar
there's
Thompson got hurt.
Tim
Skylar
Boyle.
Thompson got injured. He got a concut. He got a
Right,
He
tear.
got
so
hurt
Tim
too.
Boyle.
Yeah.
No, but
Tim Boyle.
they're gonna. I have a feeling they're gonna start Tyler Huntley from Baltimore, and I actually think that's a good. I actually
That's a
think
good-
they should have started him
yeah.
over. They should have started him
You're
over Skylar Thompson. Skylar Thompson's
You're right.
bad. Like I actually was shocked. I thought for some reason I thought two guys got injured today, but I didn't realize he didn't play. Once he plays Tyler Huntley, he's gonna be.
Huntley can get the ball to Hill.
So
Huntley
that
can get
does
the
that
ball.
mean you're
Yeah.
taking Miami?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. Bro.
Just go with Dolphins.
Going Dolphins? I'm gonna lone wolf that Tennessee. I think I don't think Miami figures it out. Seahawks versus the Lions. Seahawks Lions. Drew, who you taking?
I am.
If he says Super Bowl contender, I'm leaving right now for the Seahawks.
No, I'm gonna go with the Lions. That's
Okay.
Seahawks
Tesla?
been playing pretty well though. I don't know. It's
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me. I gotta come in. Yeah, they beat the Broncos, the Patriots, and the fourth string quarterback who we couldn't name, Dolphins. They are
Yeah,
elite right
they
now.
be terrible, and
like
more
talk
terrible.
about the easiest schedule in the world, right? Broncos at Patriots and Dolphins, and they won
Football-
all the first two games by a whopping 9 points combined.
I agree, but football is still football, man. I don't know. Every team is good. Like no, there's not like there's some teams that are obviously better. The Chiefs, the Niners, the Vikings. You know.
You literally went from thinking the Dolphins are gonna win the Super Bowl to barely picking them to beat on Monday night because they have a backup quarterback.
I never picked the Dolphins to win the Super Bowl, man. Come on. I never said that.
You did. You extended your last year's pick to this year.
No, I said I'm with Cincinnati this year, man. We already just.
Who'd you pick last year, though?
Oh, the Dolphins. Yeah, that's true. They made the playoffs, man. They had a good season. They won their division.
Then they
did not
got,
win
and then
their
they
division.
froze, literally.
They did not
in
win their
Kansas City.
division.
They were close. We were like 11-5 or something like that.
With the negative 15-degree weather, it was froze, literally.
But who did
Tesla,
they
who you
lose to?
taking?
Who did they lose to?
Kansas City.
Exactly.
Yeah,
man.
well, they
Everybody
lost to the
Kansas
cold.
City.
Is who they lost to. They,
We don't. We
yeah,
don't. Yeah, we don't take solace in losing to Kansas City.
I do think that game would have been different though. If Kansas City had to go to Miami and they had to play Miami, I do think that game would have went way different. I don't know if they would have had enough to win against Kansas City, but I definitely don't think they would have froze like they did.
They choked in that division. Probably the worst choke job I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like the Bills needed to win like 4 straight. They needed to lose like their last 2, and it happened.
Yeah.
So yeah, Miami. But I'm saying, but either way, without Tua, like no one even thinks this Miami team has a chance. Tyreek Hill may as well be traded. Like he's useless out there. Like they can't throw on the ball, especially Skylar Thompson. When they went out and traded for Tyler Huntley or they picked him up, Mike McDaniel still wants to commit to Skylar Thompson. Like that's just wrong. Like he probably paid the linebacker to give him a concussion today so he could put in the other guy. Like it was bad.
$1,000.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Don't throw the
Another bounty gate. Yeah, another
Yeah,
bounty
I was
gate
about to say, Saints on
happening.
program. Yep.
Dang. So Tesla, you taking
Lions.
Seahawks or Lions?
No
Okay.
way, Lions.
Bro, who you taking? Seahawks or Lions?
Yeah, we're going with Lions.
Going with the Lions. That means John is lone wolf in Seattle.
Nope.
Lions.
Nope. Right.
Yeah, I am not that guy. I am not that guy. Oh my gosh. Well, this will be fun. For those of you still tuned in, we are changing our stream from Monday nights to Sunday nights. Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube at JAMM Podcast. It's the easiest way to see our lives. We don't always get a chance to go live on Instagram. And when we do, they end up cutting it short. So make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you click on the notification button so you can view us live. We love to interact with all of our listeners. So make sure you go ahead and do that. Check us out on Twitter at JamPackPod or check out jampack.com. Rolling out with the merch. Going out merch. Like always, fellas, love talking ball with you. I was deeply hurt I couldn't be with you guys last week.
It was tough.
I was
without
so
you, man.
empty
It was tough.
inside. Felt so empty.
Definitely
But
got your back.
as always, be safe out there. Take care of one another, and we'll see you guys next week.
Okay, fellas.
Peace out, fellas.